Hello children, today we are going to solve exercise 2.2 of NCERT. The chapter name is linear equation in one variable. So the first question of this exercise is, if you subtract 1 by 2 from a number and multiply the result by 1 by 2, you get 1 by 8. What is the number? That is the question. So let us start the question. First we have to think about that number. Now we are assuming that number x. Let the number be x. Then according to question, x is subtracted by 1 by 2 and then multiply the given number, the result, by 1 by 2. You get 1 by 8. So this is the form of equation which you get from the given instructions. So first we solve the bracket. The LCM is 2. It will be 2x minus 1 into 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 8. Then multiply this 1 by 2 with the numbers which are in the bracket. Open the bracket by multiplying. You get 2x minus 1 upon 4 is equal to 1 by 8. Then do the cross multiplication work. Take 8 there at LHS and 4 at right hand side. So 2x minus 1 into 8 is equal to 4 into 1. When we multiply this 8 by 2x, we get 16x minus 8 is equal to 4. (16x) is term with a variable and 8 and 4 are constant. So take all the constant, both the constant together, 8 plus 4. By using transposing method, this minus sign become plus, so operation will be changed when any number goes from left hand side to right hand side or right hand side to left hand side. 16x is equal to 12. Then again we need to transpose the 16 to right hand side and it becomes 12 upon 16. By just taking the simplification of the step, we will get the result. When we simplify it, we can cancel by 4 3 are 12 and 4 4 are 16. It becomes 3 by 4. So finally we got the number 3 by 4. X is equal to 3 by 4. So at the end of the question, you need to write your answer statement. Answer is the desired number is 3 by 4. So this is the complete solution of question number 1. Let us move to question number 2. Question number 2, the perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 154 meter. Its length is 2 meter more than twice its breadth. What are the length and breadth of the pool? So we need to assume at least one of the unknown thing. The unknown thing are length and breadth both. So let the breadth of the pool be x meter. Start your solution. Let the breadth of pool be x, then length will be what is the condition given? The length is 2 meter more than twice its width. 2 meter more than twice its breadth. So you got both length and breadth. Now then use the formula of perimeter. The perimeter of pool, is equal to 2 into length plus breadth. Perimeter is given 154, put there at left hand side 154, then 2 into length is 2 plus 2x and breadth is x. So in this way you get an equation 154 is equal to 2 into 2 plus 2x plus x. Solve the bracket. 154 is equal to 2 into 2 plus 2x and x will give you 3x. Both are like term, they can add together, and then 154 is equal to, open the bracket, 2 2 ja 4 and 2 3 ja 6x. Here one variable term, this is 6x, and two of the terms are constant. So transpose this 4 to left hand side, we get 154 minus 4 equal to 6x. Then move further, 6x is equal to 150. Now the equation was 154 minus 4, you will get 150, and here it is 6x. 6x written here at left hand side, right hand side, and 154 minus 4 written here at left hand side. Here now I just change the sides, 6x equal to 150. Now get the value of x by transposing x at right hand side, 150 divided by 6. Then simplify it by cancelling 6 and 150. 6 can cancel this, 6 2 ja 12 and 6 5 ja 30. So you get 25 meter. The value of x is 25 meter. Therefore you get the breadth. Breadth is 25 meter. From this information we can get the value of length also. Length will be 2 plus 2 into 25. It is 2 plus 50. That will be 52 meter. So you get both 25 and 52. These are the values of length and breadth. Finally, you need to write your answer statement. Answer. The length of pool is 52 meter and breadth is 25 meter. You can check your answer by putting this value in the formula of perimeter. Now move to the next question. Third question is, the base of an isosceles triangle is 4 by 3 centimeter. The perimeter of triangle is 4 2 by 15 centimeter. What is the length of either of the remaining equal side? Here in this question, base is given and perimeter is given, and two equal side of that triangle is not given. So we have to assume that equal side. Let the length of either of the remaining equal side be x. let the length of either remaining equal sides be x. Then put the formula of perimeter equal to x plus x, because two sides are equal and third side is 4/3 only. The value of perimeter is also given, which is 4 2/15 is equal to x plus x, it is 2x, then 4/3. Now 4 2/15 can be convert into improper fraction, that will be 15 4 ja 60, 60 plus 2, 62/15 is equal to 2x plus 4/3. Then 62/15 minus 4/3 is equal to 2x. Here I transpose this 4/3 to left hand side, because here only one variable and one constant term, and at the left hand side only constant term is there. So we put all the constant term one side and the variable term another side. Now do the simplification. 15 and 3 will get you 15 as LCM, 62, then 3 5 ja, so 5 4 ja, it will be 20 is equal to 2x. 62 minus 20 is 42. 42 upon 15 is equal to 2x. This can be simplified. 3 5 ja 15 and 3 1 ja 3, 3 4 ja 12, 14/5. 14/5, and this 2 comes this side with multiplication 1/2. 2 can be again cancel this 14 7 times, so 7/2 equal to x. Therefore x equal to 7/5, or you can write 5 1 ja 5, 2 remainder and 5. This is the value of that remaining equal side. So finally you can write your answer in this way: length of either of the remaining side is 1 2/5 meter. So this is the complete solution of question number 3. Now move to the next question. Question number 4 says sum of two numbers is 95. If one exceeds the other by 15, find the numbers. In this question, sum of two numbers is given and the relation between these two numbers is given. None of the number is given directly. So we have to assume at least one number, a variable x, and then use the relation given. So let the smaller number be x, then the larger number will be x plus 15, because the larger number is exceeds 15. So this is the smaller number and this will be the larger number. The sum of these two numbers is 95, it is given. So x plus 15 is equal to 95. When you open the bracket, x plus 15 equal to 95, and x plus x will give you 2x. 2x plus 15 is equal to 95. then 2x is equal to 95 minus 15. Here 15 transposed to right hand side. 2x and 15 have addition sign in between. So when 15 transposed to right hand side, it becomes minus. 2x is equal to 95 minus 15 is 80. Then x equal to 80 by 2. Again 2 transposed to right hand side, and 2 and x are in multiplication. So 2 becomes in division at the right hand side. When you simplify it, 2 1 ja 2, 2 4 ja 8, and then 0, it becomes 40. So you got x, that means the smaller number you got. So smaller number is 40 and larger number is 40 plus 15, that is 55. So at the end you can write your answer in this way. The desired numbers are 40 and 55. There is no unit required because the numbers are given only in number form. No unit is required to write it the answer. Remember it. So move to the next question. Fifth question said, two numbers are in the ratio 5:3. If they differ by 18, what are the numbers? Dear children, here the numbers are given in a ratio form. So we can assume those numbers in their respective ratio form. Let us take the numbers 5x and 3x. So start the solution. Let the numbers be 5x and 3x. These are the numbers and they differ by 18. It means the difference between these two numbers is 18. So 5x minus 3x is 18. If we subtract 5x minus 3x, we get 2x. So 2x is 18. Then for finding the value of x, we need to transpose this 2 to right hand side. So x equal to 18 upon 2. It means x equal to 9. You got the value of x, not the value of numbers. So this is not your solution, this is not your answer. Remember it. This is only the value of x. Now come to 5x and 3x. Therefore, 5x is equal to 5 into 9, it is 45. And 3x is equal to 3 into 9, it is 27. So these are the desired number. Write down the answer. The desired numbers are 45 and 27. So children, this is the solution of question number 5. Now we have done question from question 1 to 5. Let us move to the 6th question. This is the question number 6. The question said 3 consecutive integers add up to 51. What are these integers? Children, there are 2 ways to assume the numbers. Because the numbers are consecutive, so we can take continuously 3 numbers in 2 ways. The ways are, let the integers be x minus 1, x and x plus 1. Another way, you can take x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. Both will give you same answer. I am taking this one, x minus 1, x and x plus 1. Question said the three consecutive integers add up to 51. I am going to add these three numbers, x minus 1 plus x plus 1 is equal to 51, because the addition of these numbers is 51. Now minus 1 cancel, and x will give you 3x. 3x is equal to 51. Therefore, x equal to 51 upon 3. It means x equal to 3 1 ja and 3 7 ja. X is 17. So, if x is 17, then the numbers are 17 minus 1, 17 and 17 plus 1. 17 minus 1 is 16, and it is already 17, and this will be 18. So, these are the numbers using this way, and if you go through this way, you can see the solution of these numbers. X plus 1 plus x plus 2 is equal to 51 again, and this x plus x is 3x, and 2 plus 1 is 3 is equal to 51. So 3x is equal to 51 minus 3, and 3x is equal to 48. 51 minus 3 is 48. So x is equal to 48 upon 3. It is 16. Here you got x is 16. So first number is 16. Second, it is x plus 1, it means 17. And third, it is x plus 2, it means it is 18. So in both the ways you will get same number, but this method will give you less calculation. So in this method you can get the value easily and quickly, and this also you can get the values. Okay, so finally you need to write your answer part. Answer is, the desired integers are 16, 17 and 18. So this is the complete solution of 6. You can use any of the solution. It is not required to solve both the methods. You need to solve only one method. Let us move to the next question. The sum of three consecutive multiples of 8 is 888. Find the multiples. Dear children, here the condition is given that the numbers, consecutive numbers which are multiple of 8. It means the numbers which we need to take are in the form of 8x, 8x plus 8, then 8x plus 16. Understand? The numbers are consecutive and multiple of 8. These two conditions need to fulfill for the variables, for the numbers which we are going to take. So let us take first number 8x, then 8x plus 8, and then 8x plus 16, and then 8 together. 8x plus 8x plus 8 plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 888. Here 3 times 8x comes. 8x plus 8x plus 8x, it is 24x, and then 8 plus 16, it is 24, and 888 is there. 24x is equal to 888 minus 24. This 24 transpose to right hand side, and it becomes minus. So 24x is equal to 8 minus 4 is 4, 8 minus 2 is 6, and then 8, 864. X is equal to 864 upon 24. Now need to cancel it. 24 and 864, these are the numbers. We have to divide the given numbers and simplify it. I think 8 can be taken. 8 3 ja 24, 8 1 ja 8, and then 0, 8 8 ja 64, and then 3 1 ja 3, 3 3 ja 9, 3 6 ja. So x is 36, but this is not the answer. Remember it. This is the value of only x. Then 8x will be 8 into 36. It means 8 into 36 is 288. Then 8x plus 8, it means 288 plus 8, and it is 296. And then 8x plus 16, it means 288 plus 16, and this will be 304. So these are the number, desired number. You can check the sum of these three numbers, 8, 6 and 4. It is 8, 8, 9. It is again 8, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3, 3, 7 plus 1, 8. Yes. The sum is 888. So finally you can write your answer. The desired numbers are 288, 296 and 304. This is the solution of your question number 7. Move to the next question, which is question number 8. Read the question first. Question number 8 is, 3 consecutive integers are such that when they are taken in increasing order and multiplied by 2, 3 and 4 respectively, they add up to 74. Find these numbers. The numbers are consecutive, and then they multiplied by 2, 3 and 4. So let the numbers be x, then x plus 1, and then x plus 2. These are the numbers, and when they multiplied by 2x, then 3 multiplied to next number, and then 4 multiplied to the very next number. The sum will be 74. It is given. Then 2x plus 3 into x, it is 3x, 3 into 1, it is 3, 4 into x is 4x, and 4 into 2 is 8. Whole is equal to 74. Then 2x plus 3x plus 4x can add together. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9. It is 9x, and 3 plus 8 is 11, is equal to 74. Now 9x is equal to 74. This 11 transposed to right hand side, it becomes minus 11. So 9x is equal to 3, and then 7 minus 1, 8. It is 6. So x is equal to 63 upon 9. When you cancel this, 9 1 ja 9 and 9 7 ja, x is equal to 7. This is the value of x only. So first number you got. In this way you got first number, and second and third by putting the value of x we can get easily. Numbers are x is 7, then x plus 1 is 8, and then x plus 2 is 9. These are the numbers. These are the desired number. You can write your answer finally. The desired number are 7, 8, and 9. Now check your calculation again. 7 2 ja 14. This is the check only, na? No need to solve this in your notebook. This is the check only. 7 2 ja 14, 8 3 ja 24, and 9 4 ja 36. The sum will be 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 4 14, then 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 1 7, 74. This is the check only. You can verify your answer. So this is the solution of question 8. Children, I hope you are enjoying this video and all the solution from 1 to 8 you got it. Now move to next question. Question number 9. Read the question. The ages of Rahul and Harun are in the ratio 5:7. 4 years later, the sum of their ages will be 56 years. What are their present ages? Let their present ages be 5x and 7x. And as you can see, the Rahul and Harun are given in proper order, first and second. So this is the age of Rahul and this is the age of Harun. 4 years later, after 4 years, Rahul's age is, that will be 5x plus 4 and Harun will be 7x plus 4. These are the ages of these two boys after 4 years. The sum of these ages will be 56 according to question. 5x plus 4 plus 7x plus 4 is equal to 56. Then 5x and 7x 2 are variable. You can take them together and then 4 plus 4. 5x plus 7x, it is 12x, and 4 plus 4 is 8 and it is 56. 12x equal to 56 minus 8. 8 transpose to right hand side. You can get 12x equal to 56 minus 8, that is 48. So x is equal to 48 upon 12, that is 4. You got the value of x, and by using this you can get the ages of Rahul and Harun. If x is 4, then 5x will be 5 into 4, it is 20, and 7x is 7 into 4, it is 28. This 20 and 28 are the present ages of Rahul and Harun. So finally you can write the answer because the present ages are only asked. So finally we can conclude this question by writing down the answer. Here I can write the answer. The present ages of Rahul is 20 years and Harun is 28 years. So this is the solution of this question, and turn to move question number 10. Children, this is the question number 10, and the question is the number of boys and girls in a class are in the ratio 7:5. The number of boys is 8 more than the number of girls. What is the total class strength? Okay, again I am reading the question. The number of boys and girls in a class are in the ratio 7:5, the number of boys is 8 more than the number of girls. What is the total class strength? The numbers are given in ratio. Boys and girls are 7 and 5. Let the number of boys be 7x and girls be 5x. Condition said the number of boys is 8 more than the number of girls. It means 7x is 8 more than 5x. Transpose this 5x to left hand side. We will get 7x minus 5x is equal to 8. If 7x and 5x subtracted, we get 2x. 2x is equal to 8. Again get the value of x. X equal to 8 by 2. So 2 cancel to 8 4 times. X is equal to 4. X is 4. So by using this value of x, we can get the exact number of students and the class strength. Class strength is equal to boys plus girls. The number of boys is 7x and girls is 5x. You can take 7 plus 5 together in a bracket by using distributive law and x taken out. 7 plus 5 12, 12x is there. So x is 4, 12 into 4 it is 48. Total number of students or strength of the class is 48. So finally you can write your answer statement. The class strength is 48. So this was the solution of question number 10. Students, I want to suggest you one more thing. Here when you get value of x, you can get the value of the number of students in terms of boys and girls also. You can write boys, number of boys is equal to 7 into 4, it is 28, and number of girls, it is 5 into 4, so it is 20, and by adding these two you can again get 48. So you can use either of this method. This is an application of distributive law. I want to frequently use these type of properties in your exercises. So this I suggest you, but you can go through this way also. This is the complete solution of this question. Let us move to the next question. Question number 11 said, Baichung's father is 26 years younger than Baichung's grandfather and 29 years older than Baichung. The sum of the ages of all the three is 135 years. What is the age of each of them? Children, I suggest you one summary here which help you to go through the question. Let us see the right side of the sheet. Here I am writing Baichung, then his father, and then his grandfather. These are the sequence. If I take Baichung X, then his father, the difference between age of father and Baichung is, Baichung's father is 26 years younger than Baichung's grandfather and 29 years older than Baichung. So he becomes X plus 29, and then the grandfather will be X plus 29 plus 26. This is the summary which will help you to solve the question. Now write the statement properly. Let the age of Baichung be X, then the age of his father, that will be X plus 29, and then age of his grandfather, this will be X plus 29 plus 26. Now sum of all these ages is 135. So according to question, X plus 29 plus X plus 29 plus 26, these will be 135. Now solve the question one by one. This is X plus 29, before this X is there, and then X plus 29 and 26, it is 55, and the sum is 135. Here X come 3 times, so 3X is there, and sum of 29 and 55 is, I think, 84, and this will be 135. Now 3X is equal to 135 minus 84, so 3X is equal to 135 minus 84 is 51, then X equal to 51 upon 3, it is 17. The value of X is 17. It means the age of Baichung is 17. Baichung's age is 17 years. His father's age is 17 plus 29, and 17 plus 29 is 46 years, and his grandfather is 17 plus 55, it is 72 years. So these are the ages of Baichung, his father and his grandfather. This you can treat as answer statement. Right here, answer. Age of Baichung is 17 years, age of his father is 46 years, age of his grandfather is 72 years. These are the ages of Baichung, his father and his grandfather. The answer of X is 17, and this is 46, and this will be 72. These are the final answer. Okay, let us move to the next question. Dear children, this is the question number 12, and the question is 15 years from now Ravi's age will be 4 times his present age. What is Ravi's present age? Very simple question this is. Let the present age of Ravi be X. 15 years from now, after 15 years, the age will be X plus 15. One relation is given between these two ages. 15 years from now, Ravi's age will be 4 times his present age. That means X plus 15 is actually 4 times of X. The transpose this X to right hand side, we can write the equation in this form. 15 equal to 4x minus x. So 15 equal to 3x. Therefore x equal to 15 upon 3, x equal to 5. So the value of x is 5. Therefore, we can write the present age of Ravi is 5 years. Write the answer statement. Present age of Ravi is 5 years. Dear children, this is question number 13. A rational number is such that when you multiply it by 5 by 2 and add 2 by 3 to the product, you get minus 7 by 12. What is the number? We are assuming the number as x. Let the number be x. Then as per the condition, it is multiplied by 5 by 2. So it becomes 5x by 2. And add 2 by 3 to the product. Add 2 by 3 to the product. You get minus 7 by 12. Now here in this equation, 2 constant, 1 variable. The constant terms are 2 by 3 and minus 7 by 12. We need to take them together at one side. So 2 by 3 can be taken to the right hand side. It becomes minus 2 by 3. So then 5x by 2 is equal to, take the LCM of 12 and 3, it is 12, and this will be minus 7, 3 4 ja 12, so 4 2 ja 8. I think it is clear to you. Here we are taking the LCM of 12 and 3, it is 12. 12 divided to 12 one time, 1 multiplied to 7, it is 7, and 3 divided to 12 4 times, 4 multiplied to 2, it is 8. Then 5x by 2 is equal to minus 15 upon 12. This can be simplified. 3 4 ja 12 and 3 5 ja 15. Now again I am going to repeat the step. 5x by 2 is equal to minus 5 by 4. Then you can take the cross multiplication. 4 multiplied to 5x and 2 multiplied to minus 5. 4 5 ja 20x is equal to 2 5 ja 10. Then x equal to minus 10 upon 20. This 20 transpose to right hand side. Then 10 1 ja 10 and 10 2 ja 20. X is equal to minus 1 by 2. So finally we get the answer, or we get the number which is minus 1 by 2. So finally you can write your answer statement. Answer is the desired number is minus 1 by 2. So this is the answer of your question number 13. Let us move to the next question, which is question number 14. Question number 14 is, Lakshmi is a cashier in a bank. She has currency notes of denomination 100, 50 and 10 rupees respectively. The ratio of the number of these notes is 2, 3 and 5. The total cash with Lakshmi is rupees 4 lakh. How many notes of each denomination does she have? This is the question. Little complicated statement, so need to go very carefully. Let the number of currency notes of denomination rupees 100, 50 and 10 be 2x, 3x and 5x. Now start the question. Solution of this question. Let the number of currency notes of denomination rupees 100 is 2x and rupees 50 is 3x and rupees 10 is 5x. So the total value will be, the values are 2x into 100, that will be 2x into 100, 200x, 3x into 50, 150x, and 5x into 10, that is 50x. I think this statement is clear to you. The statement said Lakshmi has the three types of notes: 100 rupees note, 50 rupees note, and 10 rupees note. The ratio of the notes are 2, 3, and 5. So if we take 2x, 3x, and 5x, their value will be 2x into 100, 3x into 50, and 5x into 10. So finally, the total value can be taken by using the addition of these three numbers: 200x plus 150x plus 50x is equal to 4 lakh. Now add them together, you will get 400. 200 plus 200, it is 400x, is equal to 4 lakh. This cancel to this cancel to this, and 4 1 So the value of x is 1000. This is the value of x. After getting the value of x, you can get the number of notes and then value of notes. So 2x, now I am going to change the ink, it will clear you. 2x is equal to 2 into 1000, that is 2000. 3x is equal to 3 into 1000, 3000, and 5x is equal to 5 into 1000, that is 5000. So these are the denomination of 100, 15 and 10 rupees. So if these are the number of notes, you can multiply these numbers and finally you can get the amount. How many notes of each denomination does she have? This is the only question. So the answer is this much only. But if you want to check the solution or you want to check the answer, you can multiply it by the amount and then add together if it is 4 lakhs or not. This is question number 15. Dear children, this is again the repetition of previous question, almost similar this one. I have a total of rupees 300 in coins of denomination 1, 2 and 5 rupee. The number of 2 rupee coin is 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. The total number of coins is 160. How many coins of each denomination are with me? This is the question, and the denominations are 1, 2 and 5 rupees. Let the number of 5 rupee coin be x. Let the number of 5 rupee coin be x. Then the number of 2 rupee coin is equal to, it's 3 times, so it will be 3x. the total number of coin it is given 160. So number of 1 rupee coin is equal to 160, which is the total one, minus x plus 3x. These are the sum of rupees 5 coin and rupees 2 coin. So finally the number of 1 rupee coin is 160 minus 4x. So in this way we can get the number of coins, and the question says that the total number of coin is 160. How many coins of each denomination are with me? The sum of money is 300 rupees. So convert these number of coins into amount. Amount rupees 5 coin is 5 into x, which is 5x. Rupees 2 coin, it is 2 into 3x, so it is 6x. And rupees 1 coin is 160 minus 4x into 1, that means it will be 160 minus 4x only, and sum of these will be 300. So according to question, 5x plus 6x plus 160 minus 4x is equal to 300. It is given in the question. So this 6x plus 5x, 11x, 11x minus 4x, it is 7x. So this will be 7x plus 160 is equal to 300. So 7x is equal to 300 minus 160. This 160 transposed to right hand side and it becomes minus. So 7x is equal to 360 minus 160 is 140, and then x equal to 140 divided by 7, it is 20. This is the final value of x. After getting value of x, we can get the number of coins. So 3x, it means 3 into 20, so 60, and 160 minus 4x, that is 160 minus 4 into 20, it will be 160 minus 80, it is 80. So these are the number of coins. How many coins of each denomination are with me? This is the question. This is the question only. So you finally got your answer. As answer you can write in a proper way. Rupee 5 coin is x, therefore 20. Rupee 2 coin is 60, and rupee 1 coin is 80. This is the answer. You can count it and verify your answer. 20, 60 and 80. So finally you will be getting the value of these all desired number, and this is the end of this question, question number 15. Let us move to the question number 16, which is I think the last question of this exercise. Let us go to question number 16. Question number 16, the organizers of an essay competition decide that a winner in the competition gets a prize of rupees 100 and participants who does not win gets a prize of rupees 25. The total prize money distributed is rupees 3000. Find the number of winners if the total number of participants is 63. So there are total number of participants which is 63, and there are two types of category. One is winner and the other one is non-winners. winners are getting 100 rupees and non-winners are getting 25 rupees. So this is the information given in the question. Let the number of winners be X, then number of non-winners will be 63 minus X. These two informations are given, and according to condition, this winners are getting 100 rupees, so X can multiply by 100, one part, and the non-winners 63 minus X, they are getting only 25 rupees, and sum of this money is 3000. So you got an equation, linear equation of one variable. Go through this equation. 100 and X will be 100X, then 63 into 25, multiply 63 into 25, it will be 1575 minus 25X is equal to 3000. 100X minus 25X is 75X. 75X is equal to 3000 minus 1575. 75X is equal to 3000 minus 1575 will give you 1425. Then transpose this 75 to right hand side. 1425 divided by 75. 75 and 1425. This will be giving you 19. So the value of X is 19. You get the value of X in this way. After getting the value of X, you can easily say how many students, how many participants are winner and those who are not non-winners. Find the number of winners if the total number of participants is 63. So the number of winner is 19. Finally, you need to write your answer statement in this way. The number of winners are 19. So dear children, this is the end of this exercise 2.2. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to explain you all the questions very patiently, and I hope you all get it. Wait for the next exercise 2.3. In the next video, I'll try to provide you the solution of exercise 2.3. Till then, take care. Bye bye.